Time now for Night Court. First up on tonight's Rocket Docket, a Russian-born British scholar suing an alleged FBI informant and a few major news outlets for defamation. Svetlana Lokova claims Cambridge academic Stefan Halper, easy for me to say, and some U.S. news outlets defamed her by linking her to Russian election meddling. Let's bring in tonight's Legal Eagles, criminal defense attorney David Bruno and Fox News contributor Emily Compagno. Great to have you. Let's get to it. Exhibit A, take a listen to this.
I'm not a Russian spy, and I have never worked for the Russian government. I believe that General Flynn was targeted, and I was used to do that.
The complaint reads, Stefan Halper is a rat bleeper and a spy who embroiled an innocent woman in a conspiracy to undo the 2016 presidential election and topple the President of the United States of America. Emily, start us off.
Right. Notwithstanding the colorful language in the 66-page complaint, there are two interesting things about this suit. Number one, obviously she's denying she had any inappropriate relationship with Professor Halper and that she's not doing any work on behalf of Russian intelligence. But if she actually has a claim, an arguable claim, that she as an author and a historian was impacted by this, that she was terminated, or that her ability to earn money is now damaged in some way, it strengthens her case. The two interesting things. Number one, if Halper contends that his actions were at the behest of the U.S. government, there's the possibility then of the U.S. government being brought in as a party. And secondly, her allegations focus not on published pieces by journalists, but actually in part on tweets. And we saw that in the Covington High School student case, where it's about the amplification process. It's about learning something is fictional and notwithstanding that, amplifying it anyway on social media. Note, too, that her attorney is no stranger to these high-damage defamation cases. He is still representing among Ed Butowski and Congressman Rep. Nunes in these high defamation cases that are still pending.
David, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the timing of this suit is very interesting because it comes 1 week after Trump's directive to declassify the Russian interference investigation. And Halper is a player there because he had dealings with George Papadopoulos. So this comes 1 week after that, and upcoming the IG report that's also going to include this individual.
Right.
These defamation cases, they are tough to prove for plaintiffs because you actually have to prove that the statement was not true. And in addition to that, for Halper, she's going to have to prove that he was the source. I mean, he's not a named source in any of these articles, and I think it's going to be a great leap to try to actually prove that he had participation in these stories.
All right, Exhibit B, health issues from the complaint. Quote, plaintiff's health has deteriorated. She dreads receiving email. She lives in constant fear with a deep sense of betrayal and dismay. Plaintiff experiences a recurring nightmare about being separated from her baby as a result of arrest on a false charge manufactured by Halper and his handlers. Emily?
Well, defamation is a separate argument than what she has here. She's basically arguing that she has an effects, and she's arguing negligence in that, right? Which, if those are provable with medical records and the like, she might be entitled to some damages. But again, she has to prove a loss of earnings or a loss of capacity of earnings for her to succeed on her defamation case.
Yeah, so she'll have to prove those damages, but first she has to prove who's responsible for those damages. And she has to prove that these are actual damages sustained as a result of that negligence. Okay. I mean, I could see attacks on the damage aspect of the case as well.